Okay, you guys, I'm gonna sit and have a snack and tell you more about my book. And now if you didn't go back a few videos, I told you how it started, but I'm happy to say I really like this book because it gets right into it, you know, right away. It doesn't leave you until you have to read. Like, we're gonna try these with some hummus. It doesn't leave you until you have to get halfway through the darn book. It gets right on the point. Yeah. So I got everything done except the floors wiped, but I got them swept. So after I'm done here, I'll have a little rest and then I'll mop up the floors. There you go. Okay. Okay, they're kind of, you guys are crooked. It's going to drive me up the wall. Just a little bit. There. Kind of reminds me of a cracker almost. So let's taste it without the hummus. It's good. It reminds me of a cracker. Yeah. So that'll go good with my hummus. Right? Mm-hmm. Mm. I can tell allergies are bad right now. My nose dripping. My ears itching. Mmm. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you his name. Lucas. Okay. So Lucas is really, I think he's kind of a little bit, how can I say it? Scary, like, but, and then another breath, he's really kind. So, I'm at the point where he brings his dog for a walk, and he kind of mopes around outside. He wants his neighbors to really think that he's grieving his wife. She's not been found. So he can't get his insurance, life insurance, until they find the body. So he grew up rough, in a rough life. His mom and dad, and they had him, and then they had his sister. Well, his sister was born dead. His baby sister was born dead, and his mother died 4 hours after. So his father fell apart. He just fell apart, and I'm gonna sneeze. I can feel it. He went to drinking, and he couldn't keep a job, so they lived in terrible places. So, and they were a perfect family at first. But when this happened, this tragedy happened, he fell apart. And he couldn't keep a job. They lived homeless a lot. And then the places they did live in were really, really in rough shape. So, his father just couldn't get over that. And he was an alcoholic. So he would go to school smelling, because he didn't have any soap or anything, so he'd go to school smelling a lot, and they'd tease him a lot. And I thought I heard the door open. So he also had a lot of fast food because fast food is cheap. So he was heavy. So when he didn't have fast food, he'd make whatever he could last. And his dad just drank all the time. He took care of his dad though. He took care of his dad. And he got teased a lot because being fat, still to like, got teased for being fat, and he got teased because he smelled, because he couldn't get a lot of showers. So when he was in school, he pretended he was part of the swim team. He couldn't afford that though, but so he could get into the showers at least once a week to take a shower at school. That's how bad it was for him. So anyways, he clipped coupons, and when he married Michelle, his wife, she's very rich, he said, if we clip coupons and save money, we could give what we save to charity. And she laughed at him. She's like, I don't think so. I'm too good for coupons, basically. If I want something, I'll just go and spend it, whatever it costs. So he was kind of like not very happy with that. And oh, and she never got to meet his dad. His dad was in a home, a nursing home, and he said he was trying to save money different ways. I could bring my dad here because he was in the UK. I can bring him here where he's closer, then I can take care of him and see him every day. She laughed at him. She said, no way. So she's never met his dad, but he said he's determined. His dad had a bad stroke and stuff. He's determined to always take care of his dad. So he wasn't happy about that either. But he got the flyers outside and bring them in, and he liked to look at the flyers and the coupons. Now that she's gone, he can use the coupons, right? Well, anyways, it starts off. This is where it starts off getting weird. There was like a postcard in the flyers. He didn't know what it was, and it's kind of blurry to figure it out, but he kind of figured it out a little. He thinks it's a picture of Michelle in her earrings that he got her for Christmas one year. But he's like, oh no, I'm going nuts, and he threw it in the garbage, and then, excuse me, he threw it in the garbage. Then he went back and took it out of the garbage and looked at it again, and he was like, he's like, this looks like her ear, her face, her hair, and he couldn't tell for sure though. So, and then he ended up burning it. He's like, I'm going crazy. No, I'm going crazy. So he burnt that. He says, it's got to be a misprint in the flyers. It's a misprint. And I'm thinking I'm crazy. I'm thinking it's a picture of her. So he burnt that. And then he couldn't stop thinking about it. So He brought the dog for a walk, and he pretended to knock over the neighbor's recycling box so he could look through the flyers to see if they had the same misprint, you know, and he couldn't see it there. So he's kind of bummed about that. And then he noticed someone, his gate was open a little bit. Like he's getting, it's just getting good now. It's getting where like, what's going on? He's like, he's like thinking, I swore that gate was closed, you know, kind of. So, in one breath he's like, I'm just losing it. In another breath he's worried. So I'll keep going, and I'll keep reading, and I'll keep telling you about the book. Isn't it good? These are really good with hummus. Yeah, they're good with hummus. Okay, I'm going to take a little rest here, read, relax, do my floors, and then we'll see how our beef stroganoff's doing.